Contrary to what your favorite influencers might say, life out here isn't all that exciting. Most of the time it's just like sticks and bricks. It's quiet. You clean. You clean. You fix stuff that's broken. You do dishes. And you put away the dishes, just like anybody else at home. The big exception is, of course, if you get sick of one place, you can always go to another. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people that just leave their garbage everywhere, and as a result, the government is cracking down. That usually means that areas are getting shut down for good. The number of good campsites has greatly diminished just over the last year. Places to park are becoming fewer and further between.
Give me more than just words, more than I deserve. 똑같은 실수 이제 지겨워 너무 지루해 매일 반복된 사과 You're making me feel so.
For the last several days, I was parked outside of Santa Fe, New Mexico. Santa Fe has always had a warm place in my heart. There's possibly nothing more humbling than being near a city where people spend thousands of dollars on artwork and squash blossom jewelry, and you can't even afford gas. This year there was a caravan of homeless people pushing shopping carts up and down Cerrillos Road. It's a bleak look for an otherwise beautiful city. The reason I found myself in New Mexico this go-around was I had a press trip to an event for van lifers called Moonlanding 3. I left Santa Fe with about 200 miles ahead of me to cover. Not far from Grants, New Mexico, past Albuquerque, I still had plenty of miles to cover before I got there. This was to be my second article for ROVA Magazine, and I was excited about the whole thing. I was no stranger to van life gatherings. I covered Schoolie-Palooza in the past, which happened in the Arizona desert. Moonlanding was going to be a little bit different. It's an annual van life gathering in western New Mexico. Located a volcanic stone's throw away from El Morro National Monument and the volcanic Badlands of El Malpais, around 200 nomads gather in the wind and dust for a long weekend of partying, workshops, and music. The event is aptly named because the stretch of desert where it exists is very reminiscent of the moon, with fine lush soil that kicks up into fine dust clouds with every step. To van lifers, these kinds of gatherings are essential. They provide an outlet for connection in an otherwise lonely existence out on the road. It's also a great place to blow off some steam. Unlike what you'd see here, Moonlanding really wasn't a 24/7 rave. It was a cultural event, people doing all sorts of things, gathering, communicating, swapping ideas, and building connection and community on the road. You don't always get a chance to meet other people on the road. Compared to the barely organized sense of chaos and debauchery that was Schoolypalooza, this event was a lot more upscale. On the first night, there was a blessing from the local Navajo Nation, and even a young group of comics from the reservation came out to entertain us. But like all good things that come to an end, I had just about enough of a 4-day festival and decided it was time to get back on the road again. Moonlanding had been such a great experience that where events like Schoolypalooza had kind of hardened my heart to these gatherings, Moonlanding had given me hope. On a whole, the experience had been a positive one. Not only for the story in the magazine that I was about to write, but just for my own sake. It's not often that you get a chance to vibe with an experience like this. Someplace to put your wheels down and park for a few days, and just enjoy the company of other people, to hear their stories, to visit, get a couple of free beers that are included with the admission. A chance to take a few days off from the mundane. But here I was again, parked out alone, enjoying my own cooking, cleaning, fixing stuff, and getting ready for the next leg of the journey, wherever that was going to take me. At some point, you hit a moment where chores become meditative. The mundane becomes solid, and it allows you to gather your thoughts and focus on what you want to do next with your life. You're not always chasing. Sometimes you're just sitting and being. And sometimes that's more than what could be said in a house or an apartment or wherever else you're going to find yourself stuck. It's a chance to sit there and enjoy things as they come, to be in the moment. And to take a few deep, well-deserved breaths before you start running again. My article ran in ROVA Magazine, doing its part to convince me once again that I'm actually a writer and not just a complete and total imposter. Sometimes those little reminders are worth the trip.